Five, four, three, two, one.
Let's get into it.
Damn.
We start off.
Chris would have loved this, man.
I wish he was here. I mean, my man was busy at the time.
That's all good.
We start off with the first pre-time skip saga. This is East Blue Saga. I mean, we have Romance Dawn, Orange Town, Syrup Village, Barati, Arlong Park, and Log Town.
Man.
Hey, if you're a true One Piece fan, you remember all these arcs. This is the OG part right here. This is the get-go. This is in the golden era of anime.
This is before the Grand Line. This is just the golden era. This is the golden era before the golden era. This is golden era part 1, really.
Yep.
This is how I really knew that One Piece was gonna take off for real, was at Log Town. And literally, am I getting ahead of myself? Are we starting straight from
No, we're gonna start from the beginning and everything. I mean, we just give overall thoughts before we get into it. I mean, hey, for me, what's the name? I remember seeing some of this back in the day on Toonami. Toonami, I mean, hey, bro, Toonami is the go for putting all of us on to back when we were kids, we didn't know what anime was. We just knew it was cartoons and shit, but we knew this shit was different than Billy and Mandy and Ed, Ed and Eddie and all the other stuff. But you knew it was heat, you knew it was fire, you knew you about to watch some people run the fade, some wacky abilities, some different type of animation and everything. And it was dope to see.
Because what really separate the cartoons like Billy and Mandy from this was that moment where you saw the rocket ship inside space and pull up and everything. You saw the spaceman voiced by what's his face, Stephen Blum come through. Shout out to Stephen Blum, an amazing voice actor.
Amazing voice actor. That's Spike right there.
That's Zabuza. That is Orochimaru. That he's the voice of all your favorite, most of your favorite anime characters,
yep.
And more. Wolverine especially too, and but yeah, when you saw that that spaceship in space and everything, he turned on the monitors and everything, and he sat down
in his chair and said, "Talk to the computer." Said, "Let's get it popping."
All right, Space Cowboys, let's get it popping. We're gonna start off with Naruto or something else. It was so fire because
that Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, bro. I remember they had so many animes on at the time, IGPX,
Zatch Bell.
Zatch Bell. I don't know if Megas XLR counts as one. I doubt it.
It kind of does. It does.
Okay, all right. It was One Piece. It was Naruto.
They had Bleach.
They did. I don't remember Bleach back then. I never saw it at the time.
They had it a little. Well, actually, no. They didn't have Bleach yet. Remember when it came back on late nights and everything? That's when they had Bleach.
When they brought it back some years ago, because they did bring Toonami back. Not the same vibe, but
No, the current one is good now. It brings back the same vibe, except it's it grew up with us.
Yeah, that's true.
They have the anime, it's not censored. Because my thing is, we grew up, we were children, and now we're adults, and we don't need to censor everything. You get all the blood, the guts, the cursing, and everything, and all that. You get to experience anime how the anime is, because anime isn't all glitz and attacks and all the other stuff, but other times it's just Yeah,
because when Toonami really stopped the first time, I remember
that
was so weird.
Tom was weird then, bro. Tom, they made Tom so TV. No, I'm not saying TV friendly. I'll say kid friendly. He had eyes, a face, a mouth, and everything. And they remember they only came on for 1 hour or two, and only just be played Naruto. And it was toward really. We were past the Sasuke retrieval arc, so basically it was just filler and everything.
Yeah.
Before they get to that. Yeah.
It was so crazy because the animes and everything, they had dispersed to different channels. Naruto Shippuden went to Disney XD. Disney, and I was just wait, hold on a minute. When y'all started having Naruto on the show? And it was so crazy because like everything was censored. You didn't see blood. It wasn't like I was just like, oh wow.
Like they had to cut so much stuff out of it. It wasn't even like not that my thing is Dragon Ball Z went to fucking Nickelodeon and everything.
And that's how it turned into Dragon Ball Z
Kai.
That's how that happened.
And then
that was censored. The voice and everything changed.
It was trash. And then but heck, man, that's just a walk down memory lane. So without further ado, let's get into our first arc, Romance Dawn. This is basically the first arc and everything. This is when we first meet Luffy. We see a little bit of his backstory, how he was with Shanks and everything, how he accidentally ate the gum fruit, and Shanks had to sacrifice a damn arm to save this little boy. But heck, bro, it all worked out because our protagonist can die at the beginning of the show. This ain't fucking what the fuck? This is Attack on Titan or something else. I mean, well, you think he's dead, but he comes back. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think Shanks needed to lose that arm just to save Luffy. But
I mean, maybe. Like technically he didn't, because my thing is he had. Well, I mean, we see this later in the show. He has Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah.
Which my thing is, if you have Conqueror's Haki, no animal is gonna even fuck with you because you can literally just flex your eye and then them niggas like get in line and shit. But
he had it back then too. I think they just didn't like specify it for real. Because you see him look into the eye of the Sea King. The Sea King. And the Sea King looked back at him and the Sea King ran off.
Yeah. But like, he had that. So let's say we meet Luffy and everything, but hops out the ship and everything. We meet Lil Kobe. There's a little kid and everything with glasses, all that. He works as a ship deck on Alvida's ship and everything. They end up on this one place. And after that, we meet his first crewmate, Roronoa Zoro. He's faced execution for some shit he didn't do, but Luffy helps break him out and everything because against Helmeppo, and funny enough, Helmeppo joins the Navy with Kobe. But what's the name? They get through that, and we have our first two members of the Straw Hat Gang. And
it's so crazy because this specific arc comes back so many times in like the One Piece story, like literally like Luffy meeting Shanks and like I just saw recently in Wano again, like right before Wano again, and I was just like, how many times you're gonna throw it? I mean, I'm not hating on it.
I'm not hating on it.
Just like,
it's not as bad as I would never say it's as bad as Naruto.
What you mean?
I love Naruto. I'm gonna preface this by saying that I love Naruto. It's one of my favorite anime of all time. It's up there in my top 3, top 5. But here's the things here, people. The flashbacks ruin so. Like my thing is, we've already seen this over and over and over again. And thing is, in the manga, first of all, it's one thing to flashback in the manga. It's another thing to flashback in anime. Both in the manga and anime. I remember back when Naruto was still going on, Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. They do a flashback. Like, say you have a fight going on. All right, cool. Yeah. Fight going on. New chapter comes out. You get like one frame of the new fight and everything. Then you have a flashback, and the rest of the chapter is the same flashback that we've seen before, just probably from a new angle or whatever. And then literally, if you take it to the anime, that becomes a damn near filler arc.
And you know what's so crazy? When Naruto did that, it felt like their flashbacks took up the whole episode too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the thing with Naruto though. Like it felt like their flashbacks, like their recaps. Their recaps like took up the whole show. And I was just like, bro, we just saw this. That was a whole 15 minutes, yo.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm like, bro, literally that would make me highly upset with Naruto. Cause I'm like, bro, why the hell are you gonna flashback again and again? Like in his show, they have flashbacks, it'll be like 5 seconds. Cool.
Yeah.
That's it. We'll move on to a second. I'm okay with that. All right, cool. We want to reinforce the idea. Cool. Naruto, that's going to be damn near either half the episode or you might get a whole fucking arc out of it. And that's just not it to me. That's just not it to me. I don't know, man. But I mean, hey, bro, that was Romance Dawn and everything. I mean,
that's Romance Dawn.
You get to meet them and everything. Then we move on to Orange Town. So in Orange Town, we meet Buggy.
I love this one.
We be
just
Buggy.
not even because of Buggy, but just because like it's heart touching, especially because of that dog.
That little dog and everything. He wanted to protect the house, and Luffy come there. It's like, bro. I got you, little nigga. And he helps him out. It's cool. We also meet Nami. She doesn't join the team yet. She's like, she's a little bit of like, she's a little bit handsy because like she doesn't like fuck with pirates, and we'll learn later on why she doesn't fuck with pirates. But what's the name? Like we meet Nami. That's our future member of the team and everything. But yeah, like what's in we go to Orange Town. Orange Town was funny. It's like let's say the fight and everything with Buggy and everything. Like Buggy just kept popping in, and that Luffy will punch him away and shit. That he'll just keep taking his body away and all that. But after that, I mean that's
for Orange. I'm sorry, keep going.
No, I'm done. You go, bro.
No, for Orange Town, it's like I have more appreciation for Buggy's arc because what I see now and how it comes back. That's another thing that Oda is just like he's the GOAT for. He knows how to tie so many things in.
Yeah.
Like Buggy's relation with
Roger.
With Roger and Shanks. Like literally they were crewmates, and Shanks is still somewhat kind of cool. And we see that in a further arc.
Yeah.
Literally at Marineford when he's just like, hey, give my hat back to Luffy for me. And it's just like, I haven't seen you with this kind of.
That's all you want to say, bro. It's like, nah, bro. I mean, it's a dope. I mean, Buggy,
like, hey, Buggy.
But like, it's funny. Like Buggy, like number one, he's technically like the joke character of the show. He's the comic relief sometimes.
Oh, but, no, he's a GOAT.
No.
You know, let me know that Buggy is a GOAT. A GOAT character. He is
no.
It's fine, bro. Go ahead. You know, speak your piece, but I'm gonna
you know how me and Jess have talked about this multiple times. Buggy is a joke character, but like Jess is like, nah, he the GOAT, bro. Like for real, if somebody really wanted to fade, Buggy put them niggas in the dirt. And I'm like,
okay, I didn't say that, but I will say this: they keep him relevant for a reason. And I think they do that just because of like the status and the height that Shanks is at. And they somewhat kind of make it, try to want to make it show like, okay, Buggy's still here. And, you know, they were rivals. So they still want to show like there's still like Buggy kind of climbing the ropes a bit. And that's what I like to see.
I mean, they can show that, but it's like that one meme and everything. It says, like, the guy says, I hate you. And the other guy says, I don't even think about you. And that's how, like, the Shanks and Buggy thing is really. Like,
that Shanks is not true.
Yes, it is, bro. Shanks like, oh, nigga, you still alive? Real?
No, because there was one time Shanks did bring up Buggy. He was just like, I don't know what happened to Buggy. I think he went back to the East Blue and started his own, you know, thing. But that shows he thinks about him, though. And now that he is, well, a former warlord, it just shows, you know, Emperor, Shanks is the Emperor, Buggy's a warlord. It just shows, I like the balance.
I mean, it makes the balance and everything. It just shows that, like, my thing is, if you were part of the GOATs crew and all that, I mean, Gold D Roger, not Gold D Roger. All One Piece fans know that if you got the D initial and everything, you ain't no nigga to fuck with and everything. But yeah, I mean, heck, bro, that's Orange Town. So
and on top of that, this is still the part in like the One Piece story where Gold Roger was just Gold Roger.
Yeah, Gold.
And we don't even know. They don't even release how he was Gold D until like a solid when they meet Chopper. Actually, the Grand Line. But let me not get ahead of myself.
Yeah, it's all good. So heck, we move on to the next one, and this is Syrup Village. Syrup Village and everything. Syrup Village was dope and everything. You know, you meet the man Usopp, and at that, they fight that one nigga who's a pirate and has like cat claws or some shit, whatever. As the other nigga who does hypnotism, and at that they save the town from being taken over by the little because like turns out he was like the maid the whole time and shit, and nobody peeped. Like he was just doing this shit from the low ski and everything and all that, trying to take over. And heck, bro, they do their thing. Usopp joins the squad, and also they get a ship. So heck, bro, now we up to 4 people.
So for this arc, I know a lot of people like to clown like this arc because you know they want to say this is too goofy. The powers are goofy, like the cat. You know, I mean, it has its moments, but at the same time,
it has its moments.
This
I like this arc.
I like this arc. This arc is pretty cool. I've had some friends be like, I don't know, bro. It was kind of whack. But this arc was fire to me. Like, I like what Captain Kudo did, and I like how he laid low for this amount of years.
Yeah.
Didn't even want to be like a pirate anymore. He was tired of that lifestyle. And I love the flashback that they actually did for Captain Kuro, where it's like the animation, everything was so fire. This is back during the golden days animation where the animation was gritty. But what they did for Captain Kudo was just like, they depicted this man like he was the one spilling so much blood on the sea in the East Blue. And I remember when they had the flashback right before he gave up being like Captain Kuro, and like the whole screen was just red. The inside of like the boat was red and everything outside was red. And it was just like they had just taken out like a whole Navy ship and everything. Captain Kuro did it all by himself.
Yeah.
And then his hypnotize, I can't remember that guy's name. His friend that hypnotizes.
He's on the Navy now though.
I saw that. I don't know how that,
like literally, like I snapped everybody from this arc who ain't getting nothing else to do, said, you know what? Let me join the fucking Navy.
Yeah.
Give me something to do.
How it is. There's at least 2 people from each of these arcs, 1 or 2 people from each arc that decides to go to the Navy.
Yeah.
Like in the first one, the romance joint, that's what's his name?
Kobe and Helmeppo.
They both joined.
Yep.
Buggy, I don't think anybody did join.
Like what's that? I think one of his members did.
One of them, I feel as though they did too.
Yeah.
And this one for
the hypnotism nigga and like what's another nigga?
Dude, and somebody else too.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's another dude. It's not in this one. It's in like the one right. That's gonna be next.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get to speaking of. Well, yeah, you got other thoughts?
Yeah, I love this one. I love this one mostly for Captain Kuro. I like how we put up a serious.
Yeah, like what's that? Because like he was like doing a little what's that during that you just see like him disappearing. You see this slash, blood, slash. He's like, hey, Lily rocking on Negro. I was like, okay,
he really was. He could have went to the if he had stayed true to it, he could have really went back to the Grand Line for real.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna see.
I don't know how far he would have made it, but.
I mean, heck, bro, the new world got dangerous now. I mean, heck, you fuck with no Kaido, but that's a story for later. So next up, we in Barati. So what's the name? We out here. This is where we meet the homie Sanji. I mean, my thing is Sanji. Like what's the name? This backstory starts off like my man was a kid, this abandoned and everything. He meets the chef of the ship. And the chef like helps him survive and everything. That they teach him the cooking, and it's just like what's the name? That he's like, yeah, man. And like Sanji is just a real ass nigga because like what's it right here, this little nigga you see right here, like he's a pirate and everything. Like even then it's still like Sanji still serves him food and what's it treats him all that. Is like, hey man, I don't care who you are, but you what's it, we don't waste food here. And on top of that, everybody's treated all that and everything. And I'm like, I fucks with that. And they had to fight that one little this like that was the main guy here. He was a dick, but like my thing is a lot. Like I'll be honest with you, a lot of villains. Like what's the name in this art don't really hit that much because like they don't give you that oomph like you feel in the later arcs and everything as far as the villains and everything. So like he's really forgettable, but I remember him, but he is forgettable because like what's the name, he just has like the little shield you can blast out of. He has a bunch of armor and shit and everything, and like what's the name all that. But I mean the main thing, you meet Sanji, all that, then Sanji joins the crew. And then the arc ends with them having to get a whole nother ship because Nami steals their ship. Because basically, between here, like after they meet her here, she's like all like this either comes there, she's with them for a little bit, steals the money and everything, steps off on all that. And then that comes back and says, "Hey, I got fucked up. Can you help out?" And then after that, and then right here and all that. That's when we see. That's the last time we see Nami and all that. But we'll get into that to a little bit. So, any thoughts on this arc, Jess?
Yeah, definitely. This is a nice arc too as well.
Yeah.
One, this is where your boy Zoro gets slashed down. He gets slashed right down the middle.
Yeah.
And he learns his lesson, and he's just like, "I'm never gonna lose again." And another one,
this is when we first meet Mihawk.
Yes, Mihawk.
And this is like when this concept of warlord. This is the concept of warlords are introduced and everything. It's just,
I like how they introduced that like so subtle because we don't even really think that much of it. But Mihawk pulls up and I remember when I watched this with my friend at the time, he teleported basically and went into a different onto one of the other ships and everything. And my friend was just like, hold on, did he just teleport just like that? Like he was just like onto a different ship. They were already complaining about how this man sliced up the ships in literally like one swoop, and that's why they came back in the Grand Line. What I like about this arc is just like I like the food, honestly. I like how Sanji really does cook it up, man. Yeah. And like he helps out my boy Gene or Gene. And he puts that nice little bro. I'm gonna be so real. When he put that bowl of rice right there with the shrimp and everything, I was just like, bro, I wonder what that bowl of rice tastes like, man. Like he whipped that joint up. And the way Gene was eating it up, man, like it was like, because they hadn't eaten in literally like, they hadn't eaten in a while. They were like starving. Everybody on their ship was starving. The whole bodies were dropping and everything.
Yeah, like
and when I saw him like literally eating that thing, I don't even think he used a spoon. He just was eating. Like, he was just
like my thing is like what's the other people like other people was like nah, but like my thing is like the whole thing of that ship that the captain Sanji and them live by is like, hey man, I don't give a fuck who you are, where you come from and everything. If you want to be fed, we will feed you. If you down bad, we will help you. And that's that and all that. And I was like, yeah, like them wrong Gene, like what's saying betrayed them, but after that, like came to his senses, and then after that, fought against the captain and all that other stuff. And yeah, it ended good. And we got our technically fifth member. Well, let me see. So Zoro, well, Nami's not officially there. What's him? Sondoro, Nami, Usopp. Yeah, our fourth member of the squad.
Yeah, fourth member. And so, this was a really good arc, honestly, in my opinion. Yeah, I can see where Kenny is coming from. Like Don Krieg is pretty forgettable, but
yeah,
for that time and
for the time of when it came out,
yeah, it was fire. I did mess with the fight scene too. I like how Luffy really put up a fight and everything. And Don Krieg was supposed to be king of the seas right there in the East Blue or something like that, but Luffy knocked him down the sides and everything.
I mean, like he wasn't like, my thing is Don, like the reason why he wasn't like, he was a nigga of a lot of weapons, I'll say.
He was just feared, really.
That like he like, I mean, like he had like the stature and everything, but it wasn't like he had like the force behind it. He had like a bunch of little tools. His shit was maxed out. And then on top of that,
like
he had
some bombs, a bazooka.
Bazooka, some little bullets in his shield, some little stuff in his armor and all that. Cool. But yeah. Then
and also in this arc, your boy also goes to the Navy. There was one dude that pulled up. He worked for the Marines or whatever, and he was flexing for his girl.
Oh yeah, right there the nigga right there and all that. I know you talking about.
He wanted to he was trying to pull up and like flex on Sanji and everything.
And Sanji was like, yeah, nigga, we don't play that bullshit. Then Sanji kicked him, and then what's his name backed him up.
Man.
He whooped him, and then what's his name afterward, the main nigga, what's his name, Sanji chef, backed him up. Was like, yeah, bro, we don't touch the tolerate that fuck shit in our restaurant.
Chef Zeph,
yeah, he said we don't tolerate it. And I was like,
crazy thing is, we didn't even see the whooping, but like we just saw like a little clip go here, and then the next thing you know,
we see all the
change, bruises. And then literally Sanji's holding this man up by the neck, and like he's missing a tooth. His pupils are not even like showing anymore and everything.
And we know he knocked out. He got knots on his face and everything, blood leaking out of his mouth. We know he handled his business.
Bruh, I mean, heck, bro, that was crazy. Man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the fight scenes were good in this arc and all that. We got another member of the crew, and we sail off into Arlong arc. Now, Arlong arc here.
Listen.
Arlong arc. Arlong arc. Oh my, Arlong Park.
This is golden. Go ahead, bro.
As like you are like, you can hear the way me and him are talking about it. You are in like, we don't even have to even talk about anything else. We know this is the arc out of this section here. We know that.
Yeah.
We know that arc.
This is like.
Arc. Like you
go ahead, bro. Like
you
for
see,
real.
like my thing is, you get a backstory on why Nami's so distrustful, why she's always running off, why she's a runner, she's a track star. But still,
she gonna know when
it get hard. She can't take the pain, she can't get scarred. She gonna end up at Arlong Park. But still, you know the reason why and everything and all that. And like literally, this is the first instance. Like what's saying, this is the first time they do it. This is going to become a recurring thing in like the One Piece stories as far as that. But basically, they go to Arlong Park and they realize, like, what's the name? Oh, Mama's like, hey, I was never your friend. I was a part of them the whole time. I was building up to this and everything. That's revealed that she has a debt to pay. Like, what's saying? Well, she's paying off. She's getting money and everything. Still, this money. The reason why is because she's trying to pay for her town to be free of Arlong and them. If she stacks enough paper and makes enough maps and everything, that she can be free.
100 million berries.
100 million.
100 million berries.
100 milli berries, bro. 100 milli. Funny enough, she's worth that one day. Actually, no, she's not. She is up there. She's up there. She's up there. She's up there. She's like, I remember last time, like in currently, she's like 66 million. But what's the name? Literally, she has to do that and everything. And then after that, like the gang comes there to the town and meet the people and the folk. And they like those are like they're nice people and all that. But like what's the name? You see her backstory, like her mom died and everything because like protect them and what the promise she had to do from like a child. Like she wasn't like what's the name even like as a child, she had to make these maps and do this and steal this and do this and do this to help help these people survive and everything. Like how her like that wasn't her. I mean, that wasn't her grandfather. I think that was like her uncle or some shit. Like the little, like the nigga who was like
the spin wheel.
Yeah,
he was just a friend of the family, and he became like an uncle,
like an uncle, friend of the family, and everything, and all that. And then you see Luffy say, "Hey, listen, I got you. Give Shawty the hat." And then they come in the bitch. Like all
you remember when they were all posted up already?
Yes,
and bro. The crazy thing is, just a day ago, Sanji didn't even know these folks, bro.
Yeah, and he ready to run it with him.
He's already posted up, like smoking. Zoro sharpening his blade and everything.
Usopp got the the Thule with him. Like you know that you see all four of them walk away. Like you see Luffy's once they crack the knuckles, like let's run it and everything. They get in the joint. And
I love that part, bro.
And that they go running it. They go running it against the folk and all that. I mean, like Luffy gets stuck in the concrete or whatever, and they had to get him out. But after he gets out and he runs the fade with Arlong, it's one of the dopest moments in the show and everything. Like that's up there in the top 10 of fights of the show and everything. Like, he's just running it and everything. He's out here putting out this gum Gatling, all the other stuff. And then after that, like even though Arlong's out here biting him and everything, he's ripping them out, like he's ripping them off and everything. During Arlong regrows teeth for some fucking reason, quick as fuck. But like he's still not giving a fuck. Like you can bite me and everything, then literally beats him through the house. Like remember the top floor stuff. Like he saw all the maps Nami made. He started just beating him through all that.
Go into detail. Don't even talk about that yet. Go into detail. Don't like because that was so fire, bro. And let's even just talk about the fact that like when Luffy first pulls up, and he asks Arlong straight to his face, he was like, "Are you Arlong?"
Yes.
And he punches that man, and he goes flying. Everybody on Fishman in like Arlong Park is looking at him, just like, like everybody's looking at Arlong because he's buried under some rubble.
Yeah, that's like the main, like for also this arc introduces the concept of fishmen and everything, which we'll see after time skip. But like what's the name? Basically, fishmen, if you haven't watched or seen One Piece before, these are technically underwater niggas and everything that like they have, like they're not just regular fish, they fishmen. So basically they have like enhanced speed, strength, they can breathe on water and land, and they believe they're the next step of the evolution that they should rule the earth and yada yada yada.
Water bullets and everything.
Yep.
Were you done?
Yeah, I'm good.
So, like Kenny just said, man, like y'all just saw the way we hyped this up. It's not even like any hype. Like honestly, it's like this arc is so crazy. Like it's just like
it has everything you need, bro. It has action, it has drama, it has emotional pull. That like you when Luffy gave Shawty the hat and put it on her head, and you saw her walking with the town, you were just like, that's what I'm talking about.
Not only that, but it was just like, one, I want to talk about how Zoro was in this joint. He has still had an open wound all the way down to his chest, to his lower abdomen. and he fought the octopus.
Yeah.
One cut that boy up.
Yeah.
And he was still Arlong, first of all, picked this man up and ripped the bandages off that joint and looked at him, and he was just like, hold up a minute. This boy is not even supposed to be alive. Why is he still walking and like swinging this sword like this? Like Arlong's eyes are like, he doesn't even know. Bro, they don't even show the wound. That's the crazy thing. They just show Arlong's face.
Like, you still got to understand, like, how quickly this happens. Like, some of these arcs are a little spaced out. Like, it's a space happened between this, space happened between this, space happened between this and this. This is just
them
right
going to
after.
Arlong Park is the same day, bro.
It's the same. It's like right after all the shit that happened here, like the final fight and everything. They're still not even fully recovered from all the shit that happened here. And they said, Nami needed, we gonna do it. And it's one of the first instances of the show. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not even done because I just want to talk about.
Go ahead, bro.
Bro, this arc is so goated. Like, I remember like when I first watched it when it wasn't on Toonami, and I went back to it, and I had like my jaw dropping like so many times. I love how like this fight was just so emotional. On top of that, how it ended too, like just the different things that Arlong had to pull out because he thinks he's so superior.
Yeah,
but he had to expend so much energy.
Yep.
And then
to still lose
the speeches and everything that were given to it, it wasn't like some. Again, I love Naruto, but it wasn't like no talk, no jutsu or anything. Shit, but when Luffy talks, he talks, bro. Because Luffy doesn't even do much talking during a fight because he fights, bro.
Yeah, like only thing he says is the name of his attacks, not that he's just ready to run and fade, and not that like unless you say some shit like, "Hey man, fuck your friends," like don't talk about my friends, and then he's like,
when he ended that fight with that gum battle axe and everything, and even right before that, bro, when they were just standing in the room where he had Nami captured with all the maps that she had drawn as a kid, bro, and he was just like, hold on a minute. Luffy was like, what is this room? And he was just looking at the drawings of all the maps and architects that she had drawn.
Mm-hmm.
And then Arlong was just like, you see that? Like, that is all the maps and everything. I think this was an arc that Luffy lost all his shoes. Was it? No, he lost his shoes in this fight.
Yeah.
And it was just, you just see like the damage that Arlong is taking. And just like, this was like true, like grit to grit, neck to neck, like just the way it ended too, and just like that battle axe and how Luffy even got bit on the neck and he sent that whole tower down. He busted Arlong Park up, and I was just like, yo, this arc was just I'm not even sure. Kenny already listen. Kenny like already knows.
Like I said, bro, like you understand. It's only a couple instances in the show where like Luffy does this. This is like the first instance. Like the second time was against Lucci. Like we'll say when you see, we're gonna get in that. I'm not gonna spoil that. I'm gonna say my thoughts for that. But basically, this arc here, it's perfect and everything. Like I mean, it's not perfect. It has a little bit of issues, but in my opinion, it's great. It's my favorite arc out of the East Blue Saga. On top of that,
I give this a 10 out of 10 arc in my opinion. Like this was just like
it's good as fuck.
The battle itself, bro.
It's so good and everything. And on top of that, like the ending's great. It's satisfying. Nami officially joins the squad and everything. She's like, I appreciate it. She gets a little she gets the what's name joint change, so she has that and everything. The town's free.
And you remember when also like they showed how her and her sister Bellamere that was her sister. I can't remember her sister's name.
That was her sister. But like
isn't that the mom Bellamere?
Wait a second.
I don't even remember, but yeah, can you look that up for me real quick?
I got you.
Because I remember when they even showed them as
Nohiko.
What's her name?
Nojiko,
yeah. I remember when they even showed them as little kids and everything, and they watched their mother die because Arlong shot her right through the chest and everything.
Yeah.
I was just like, yo. And then for her to like reconcile that, come back, have the townspeople hate her because she lied to the townspeople and said, oh, you know, I joined them and everything. And they were just like, what are you doing back here? And then they found out. Whole time they knew the whole time.
Yeah. Because what's the name of
like,
what's in the uncle family friend? Like, yeah, she's doing this for y'all, and not that like me. Like this was like the reason why I like this the most because this is the first time they use this concept. Don't get me wrong, they're going to use this concept a bunch of more times in the show. As far as basically, we have a character that's either a part of the crew or joining the crew. That their past is catching up to them and everything. They leave the squad and everything, have to deal with that and tell the squad, leave me alone. It's my thing to bury and all that. Then Luffy says, shut the fuck up. We're gonna handle this shit. And then goes in there, beats the bad guy's ass. It's all heartwarming. We hug, we cry, we get back together, and that's it.
But what I also like about this arc was just that it wasn't that long, but it was long. But at the same time, you respected every single episode of it. Yeah. Especially the battle, bro. And I like how it ended with Nami literally running down and robbing everybody. Yeah. And she drops all the wallets and everything because she's cat burglar Nami. Yeah. And then on top of that, one thing that Nami she really loved about her mother Bellemere, she always had tangerines. The tangerine trees. So they made sure that they planted the tangerine trees on top of the ship. Yeah. And they'll keep on growing too. That was so beautiful. And I was just like, man, tangerines, man, that's beautiful.
It was dope. It was a dope arc and everything. Great to see it and everything. And it's chill. I feel like the reason why this arc was like a lot more chill compared to this because Logtown, not that much happened. Like Logtown, basically they get there, they get some money, they spend like because after this arc, they get like some stuff from the people and all that. One thing about them, they don't like to they celebrate with the people and all that. That's cool, but they don't like the whole we're heroes of the town. Here's all this love and all that and everything. They like a little bit of it, but not too much of it. So they always try to leave quickly before that.
I mean, it's like I understand that. Like they don't want to be because they know they're supposed to be pirates. People are supposed to hate them and everything. And Luffy has said that we're not heroes and everything. And I'm pirates. Like, and then I'll sit there and I'll be like, oh yeah, y'all really aren't heroes.
I mean, they aren't. They're heroes in a sense, but like my thing is because they do the right thing. They're not like pirates. Like we robbed a lot. Well, they steal every now and again, but they don't like lie and kill people and do like a lot of things like just being evil. So they're not that. They're just like more mischievous than evil. Yeah. So Longtown, they get there, they spend some money, they having some time, yada yada yada. Then they meet let me see who they meet in this. They meet Smoker in this arc.
They meet Smoker,
Smoker's trying to chase them down and everything, and that Buggy teams up with Alvida. We forgot to mention Alvida. She's forgetting.
Oh yeah. I mean,
basically Alvida, like she's the lady that was saying when we first meet Kobe. Kobe is a ship deck, we'll say deck swabber on her ship. She's a deck swabber on her ship and everything and all that. Luffy frees him and everything. He joins the Navy. That's in Romance Dawn. When you first see her, you would think like she's just some fat, like mean lady and everything. You see her here, she drops some weight, she teams up with Buggy and everything. And because Buggy's still embarrassed about Luffy beating him in Orangetown. And they try to capture Luffy. So they capture Luffy for some reason that he's about to like what's the name? They're inside of inside a long time. This is where Goldie Roger was born and was executed at, ironically. So what's the name? He puts him on the same things, like, yes, I'm gonna kill him here. And after that, like what's saying, the squad's trying to get over there to stop Luffy from getting executed. And that you see.
Let me break this one down because this one
that arc right there, like what's that? You see him too. He's like, hey, everybody.
Let me break this arc down because this joint was still nostalgic for me.
It's nostalgic, like that's a golden moment right there, though.
It's definitely a golden moment. I mean, like Kenny said, nothing much happened, but stuff happens to a point where it's like it's a sparker arc. Like it's not like it hits you in a certain way. Like when you come there, Luffy's excited because he wants to be the next king of the pirates. And this is where the king of the pirates is born. This is where the king of the pirates was executed. And I like how everyone who's like now officially part of the crew, they go off and do their own thing in this town.
Yep.
Zoro, he goes and buys him some swords. And it's like in this town, the little people that actually meet up with that actually have like an encounter with the crew, it's like they're noticing like that same spark, that same
like the same mantra aura, like what's name like that Roger and his crew and his people had, like people around them had and everything.
Like when Zoro is in like the sword shop trying to buy a new sword because he has 2 swords broken. At first
the guy wasn't trying to
the shopkeeper is like trying to play him. He's
trying to play him. Then Zoro's like, yeah, I really know what swords is about over here, so don't play me like I'm not knowing.
This man like literally is just like trying to, I'm gonna sell it for this price or whatever, and he picks up one of the Katetsu blades, which is literally like a cursed sword and everything. And Zoro, being the person he is, he was just like, if it's cursed, let's see if it's for me. This man throws the sword up into the air, and the shopkeeper is like, he's like, what are you doing? Don't do that. He knows that sword is cursed. And you just see in slow motion how the sword falls, and he's trying to see if the blade is gonna cut his arm off or not. If the blade cuts his arm off, then he'll be like, all right, I guess it's not for me. He's so bold. And the thing
and it lands on the dome side and flips and everything. It's just, I mean, heck, bro, that happens. Nami gets the stuff.
The floor.
Like it hits the floor. Like you understand, it's so many. Like it's like I say, it's not a crazy. Like let's say it's a decent, like I'll say, transition arc and everything. Because like my thing is, we just got like a couple members joining the crew, so we had like a lot of action happening. So like I said, the Luffy part, like that's one of the golden moments of the show. Like literally, say, "Hey guys, sorry," and then like you think Buggy's really about to decapitate him, but lightning strikes the thing and Luffy's free.
But even before that, he goes into like this old bar, like downstairs. See, I remember this part.
I remember that part too. Like he meets the guy. He meets the old
bartender and everything, and he's just like, who's this young kid and everything. And then
he's like, I want to hear about the stories and everything, because nobody's like, ain't nobody want to hear about me talk anymore.
Exactly. And Luffy is just like, I'm gonna be the next king of the pirate and everything. He's like, and the bartender's looking at him like he's crazy. And the crazy thing is the bartender starts telling the story of how it happened, like when
Roger
marched him up the stairs and everything to the Gatling and everything, where they cut his head off and everything.
But they didn't cut his head off though.
They stabbed him or something, right?
Yeah, they like, it's still weird, like to me, that they stabbed him, which I was like, I'm okay with a little bit more, because like I didn't want to see that man get decapitated, because like, I mean, it's when you read later on, when you meet Roger's basically Luffy before Luffy was Luffy. That's who Roger is. That's like, if you want to, that's like Roger's, like if you see Luffy, like if you
boy,
that's basically like, funny thing is that hat is his hat. That's like what's in the hat that Luffy has right now that he's wearing, is that Shanks gave him, is the hat that Roger gave Shanks, that Roger used to wear back when he was growing up.
And see, I gotta go through this slowly. I know like even the funniest part was just like when the bartender told him like where he got executed. He was like, Luffy was like, where was it at? Where was it at? Smoker, this is where we meet Captain Smoker. This was before he was the big time dog. You know, we wish he was more than what he is right now, because I didn't seen some.
That's post time skip. That's post time skip. Pre-time skip Smoker, nigga wanted all the smoke. Like literally,
this
funny
is
enough.
Smoker.
Dope smoke, pre-time skip Smoker, the man pulling up. He out here, like, this is the first time we introduce Logia type devil fruit users.
And we still didn't even know it was Logia type.
We didn't know it was Logia type yet, but like, let's say basically, as far as devil fruit users, we know, like, we see Luffy, he can do rubber and everything. We see other people that have different abilities and all that other stuff. Cool. The thing is, if you get a devil fruit power, you just can't swim. But the thing is, for like Smoker, he can turn himself, like he has the power to use smoke and all that other stuff. The thing is, he can turn himself into smoke. So my thing is like, literally, he's like, so how's Luffy gonna fight him? And also, he had like he's
punching him and everything.
He's punching him and everything, and all he has like his little stick that you hit Luffy with, and that will nullify his powers. And that.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had the Sea Prism Stone.
And this is before we knew it was Sea Prism Stone. We just knew it would nullify his powers. He was like, why is this man on Luffy's ass like this? Like I don't know how Luffy gonna fight this man, because first of all, he got able to touch something, but like he gets Luffy hemmed up and everything after Luffy breaks free from Buggy and everything.
Oh, hold on, let me ask you what, when Luffy actually like runs into that thing, Buggy, I don't even know where Buggy came from when he was literally just chilling there.
Yeah.
But Buggy found him and then boom. And I remember what happened. And Luffy looked down at the crowd and everything. And Smoker was watching from this was before Smoker even came down from out of like his little chambers or whatever.
Yeah.
He was just like, let them kill each other off and then we'll finish the rest of them. Literally, this man Buggy gets his sword and he is literally about to slice. And Luffy puts the biggest smile on his face. Sanji and Zoro are running towards it, making sure that they can try to save him.
Like what's say, like you see Sanji, Zoro, you see everybody like Usopp and Nami, that he's like, "Hey guys!" You Luffy hear him yell out
on these people.
That he's like,
just said, "Well, guys, I'm dead."
Yep.
And that's the moment when like
lightning strikes,
the big zap happens, and I love how this happens because it's just like the music goes out completely. Everything goes out. You don't hear a thing. You just see like the blast and everything. You hear the blast. And it completely comes down slowly. Everything falls. The rain starts to pour and everything. And Luffy stands up. He picks up his hat. You hear him laugh. The rain picks up more and he's just like, oh, well, look at that. I guess I'm fine. And then he keeps on going.
Yep.
And I remember Smoker's face when he saw that. And right before he decides to leave to go chase the enemy, right before he goes aside to chase Luffy down, he says, he asks one of his lieutenants, he's just like, have you ever seen anybody smile on top of the pendulum before being killed? And the guy was just like, no, most of these people, they talk big. And then like at the last second when it happens, they start shivering up and they turn blue or cold.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case, bro.
I mean, heck, it's the only second time that's happened. Because like when what's the name was like, I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say what happened, but I'm not gonna say what happens, because I know you're not caught up yet, Just. So basically, when Cody Roger, like what's name dot, like what's name, he was ready about to what's name be executed and everything. He what's name does the declaration to say One Piece is out there, yada yada yada. I went to grab the Grand Line, all that and everything, and died. Like he died yelling all that and with a smile on his face, no hesitation in his voice or anything, and all that. And it was just a dope moment and everything.
And what's even more
fire and also
was just when Smoker is chasing after Luffy and Luffy realized he can't beat him. This arc was frustrating because I was just like, bro, why can't Luffy at least hit the boy? We've seen him whoop so many people.
We've seen him beat so many people's asses and everything until we see Smoke, and like, how is he gonna fight him? Until, hey, guess who pops out of nowhere? It's his father. And you like, wait, what? His father?
They didn't even mention that.
They didn't even mention it. Like, we just know his name is, like, what's name? He's in there. His name is Dragon. And he was like, hey, let the boy go.
Did they even mention that? Did they even mention that back then?
They didn't. They said he was like, what's name? I know, like, what's name? Because like, what's name? They say his name was Dragon and everything. It was like he was helping him out. Like, what's name? They don't mention that. They don't mention Dragon's his father until
Water 7.
Water 7. When Garp comes there. What's in Garp sees him at the Water 7.
Because I remember the most that happens is just that like Smoker is so cool back then, man, because he makes his bike out of smoke. He has a bike and doesn't even have like any wheels on it because he just has
part of him.
The smoke just literally propels the bike forward, and I'm just like, yo, that is fire, bro.
Like literally like I said, pre-time to Smoker, like you ain't fucking with that man. Like literally, I thought it was like, all right, this is gonna be the guy Luffy's has to train to beat one day and everything, but that's
you would think he would probably become an admiral or something, but
but
Smoker
most times Skip fucks up some shit, so
he gets stopped by what's his face. Now, what's even more fire about this arc is when they're leaving. I know I get real detailed about this, like when they're on the ship, man, and they realize that they made it out and everything. The guys, everybody on the ship, it's Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Sanji, and they're all just making their vows, man, on the ship. It's literally storming. They're in the eye of the storm and everything. and I think they're literally about to head into the red line, the red line, the green line, and they have a barrel. They're all standing around this barrel. This is when I knew that this show was about to be crazy, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, Arlong Park was fire, but this was like a stepping stone for something so much bigger. And I was just like, yo, this is crazy. Luffy, he said, to be the king of the pirates. No, actually, I think it went all the way down. I think it started from Sanji to see the all blue. Nami to be the best navigator on the sea. Zoro, best
swordsman on the planet
ever, and Usopp just to be I don't know, man, an amazing warrior of the sea, and Luffy to be the king of the pirates.
I mean, hey, bro,
smash the barrel, bro, and it's literally the eye of the storm, and they just go in, and that's how the episode ends. And I was just like, bro, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah, man, and that's the end of the East Blue Saga and everything. And I mean, it's already said. This is number one. We already know that. Arlong Park, number one. There's no discussion, no debate. We already know that's number one.
Most definitely. I mean, when it comes to fight, just emotion and just like everything is fire.
So
don't get me wrong. Everything on here is fire, but Arlong Park, that's way too crazy.
Yeah, number one. Arlong Park.
That can probably compete with like some other ones still in like before.
I mean, post time skip, she gets a little. Time skip. I love post time skip shit, but it's like, I mean, is this like, I love Arlong Park. It's just when we start talking about Dressrosa, nigga.
All right, let's relax.
That's what I'm saying. Let's before we get there. So Arlong Park, number one. Number two got to be Barty for me. But how about you? What do you feel like number two would be?
I don't know. My number one has to be definitely Arlong Park. Like, I'm not even gonna go back on it in it again because it'll be a whole nother rant and just like But Arlong Park is number one. I think for me, two has to be Logtown. I just really enjoy it. Like every part of it.
I mean, it's number three for me. Like, so I'll go first. So for me, number one, Arlong Park. Number two, Barty. Number three, Logtown. 4, 5, 6. How about you?
For me, Arlong Park is number one. Then I'm gonna go with Logtown, and then after that, I'm going to go with I'll go with
Barty, or what's the name? Syrup.
Syrup. Yeah, I'll go with that one. Then I'll do I'll do that. And then it's between those two. I'll take Romance and then
Orangetown.
Orangetown, yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's good. That's solid. So heck, bro, that's out of the East Blue. That's the introduction. So far, we have Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Sanji, Usopp. We got 5 members of the Straw Hat Gang.